do? I'm Stu, the Maybe Your Movie Guy. Before we dive into the review for the film Aftersun, I wanted to give y'all a very important update as far as this very exciting endeavor that I am implementing starting this week. So, with that being said, I am creating a film festival. There will be 6 films every week of different genres, different time periods, different languages, just to keep it in a very healthy mix, if you will. And the purpose of this is to help myself and others expand their cinema palette and to just explore the vast landscape of cinema. So with that being said, this is how it will work. Every Monday, I will release 6 films for you all to watch, and you have up until that Saturday. And then on that Sunday, I will be dropping video reviews like this. So yeah, this is what it looks like. I'll also post it right here too. I'm very excited because I have went through 3 of these so far, and all of them are bangers. Like different genres, but nevertheless a very good time to watch, a very pleasant time to spend, 1.5 hours to 2 hours with these characters in these brand new worlds that I haven't been introduced to yet. So with that being said, let's go into Aftersun. Aftersun dropped in 2022, directed by Charlotte Wells. This was her very first film, and I was blown away, guys. For this to be someone's first movie, and for it to pack that much emotion, and to also carry such a strong cinematic language. And what I mean by that is, I love when I watch a movie and you can tell that the director, the cinematographer, everyone on the filmmaking team, from the editing to the scoring, they all had a vision in mind. They went into the lab, they went inside the sets and stuff, and just went for it. They were all in, locked in, knew a vision, what story, what kind of story they want to tell, the tone of the story. And in my opinion, they delivered. I've been hearing a lot of great things about this film, and honestly, they weren't lying. Y'all were not lying. Those of you who have seen Aftersun were not lying. This movie stars Frankie Corio. She is pretty much mostly the young girl in this movie. There is someone who plays an older version of herself, but for the most part, for about 80%, 85% of the film, Frankie Corio is handling her own against Paul Mescal, who plays her father. And just a quick summary, basically, Aftersun is about this girl who is older now, but she's reminiscing about several years ago when she went on a vacation with her father, but she's also gripping with or battling with between what she viewed her dad as versus the reality of what type of man he was, and also just exploring the type of demons that he was facing that she did not know about. So it was just a very emotionally packed story, and I was invested from start to finish. When I'm watching Aftersun, one of the things that I just immediately fell in love with while watching it, and even after, even till this moment, there are several shots that I'm just so blown away by. There was this thing where it would happen several times in a movie where the camera would be static and it would be a static shot, and you would just have the camera stand in place and then characters will be in the foreground doing whatever. One of the scenes that come to mind when I think about that particular technique is when they're using a TV screen on the monitor, right? And they're showing video footage from her camcorder. The camcorder is a very important artifact in this movie. It carries so much of the memories, but then what's so beautiful about the film is that those memories tend to get blended with imagination versus reality, and that just made for a very interesting distinction between what do we tend as humans, what do we tend to hold on to or cling to the most in terms of memories. But anyway, back to the TV. They will use that camcorder and then just keep it on the TV, but still have the 2 people in the shot, the dad and the daughter. And there's a moment where she asks him a question about his thoughts and feelings about when he was her age, I think around 11 or 12 years old, and that just really set him off. And it's at that moment the camera then goes to show them sitting on the bed, And that's a moment to me that was very powerful, because it was like, okay, we're settling into these emotions and memories. We are seeing what she remembers or sees or whatever, and then all of that breaks and the camera whips to the dad and daughter on the bed talking. And that was a really well done scene to me. And there are moments like that that happen quite a few times in this movie. I was very impressed by the young actress who starred in this. She was very much holding her own, and I would even go out and say she was owning like a lot of scenes. She had a lot of responsibility on selling a lot of these emotional scenes, and just like what it feels like to be a daughter in her position, that she has divorced parents, or separated parents at least. No, they're divorced, I'm sorry. And she's having to navigate the world with like loving her dad while also knowing the reality that she doesn't see him that often. And that to me is something that I hope she receives her flowers for, because she knocked it out of the park. Paul, of course, held his own. This is probably my favorite role of his that I've seen his work, as far as I'm concerned. He also did a great job of just conveying a very like depressed man fighting internal struggles and battles as far as like fatherhood is concerned. And you can see through several scenes that he wants to be a good dad, but it's just that mental illness just keeps getting in the way. And we pretty much pick up on throughout the film that he's not really like taking any medicine or anything. So it's pretty much just him walking around drenched in sadness and hopelessness, but trying to put a mask on for his daughter, which was very commendable, but also heartbreaking at the same time. When I finished watching this movie, I went on to social media to see the initial reactions to Aftersun as far as the ending, and I definitely see what everyone was saying as far as how, I don't even know how to say it, how emotionally charged that scene is. And the way that it's edited as well, I give credit to the editing team for that too, because the way that it's paced, it makes you feel like things are going to be okay until you realize what's going down. And that's when the tears start to drop if you're a crier, or that's when you get a little sad or a little emotional if like you're sensitive. But yeah, that's the part that's like really like going to break you into pieces. It definitely did that for me. Especially when I consider all of the scenes in which you can see him as in the dad, trying to be here for his daughter. But man, sometimes depression is just too hard to beat. And I'm not going to give away the ending for those who haven't seen it, because I definitely want you to watch this film. I think I would add this to my required viewing list if I had to, put that type of list together. I won't give that away, but I will say that that is probably one of my favorite endings to a movie that I've ever seen. And I'm gonna think about that for a while. And while watching it, it like kind of like made me think about why they didn't just straight up say what happened. And I think that also plays into like the idea of like memory versus reality and imagination and all of those different type of things. But Aftersun was an incredible movie. I had a great time with it. It's not long at all. It's well composed, well shot, well acted, well directed. It pretty much gives you everything you need. I will say that the beginning is a little slow if you are a person that is not a fan of slow burners, but I promise you, if you sit with it and give it your attention and time, I believe that you will walk away from it feeling refreshed, in the sense of you watched a beautifully put together film, but also feel that emotion that is packed, especially into that ending. So yeah, Aftersun is a hell of a film, man. So with all that being said, I give Aftersun 5 stars. That's right, 5 stars. And I will also plug in my Letterboxd. Letterboxd, if you don't know, is a movie for cinephiles and movie lovers. If you like to keep log of the things that you watch, I highly recommend the Letterboxd app. I'm gonna plug in mine here so you all can check in and see whatever I'm watching, or what is on my watch list, and other Letterboxd users too. So yeah, but Aftersun, incredible film, phenomenal. I'm so disappointed in myself for waiting 3 years to watch it. I honestly wish I saw this in theaters because, man, this is definitely going in my like emotional movie watch list too. But yeah, definitely check out Aftersun if you have seen it. Put in the comments what you thought about it, and when you do watch it, come back and tell me what you thought about it then. But until then, next time.